What's up, y'all? We are back with Mock Draft 4.0 here today, boys. And we're going to be going through the Seahawks draft once again, rounds 1 through 7. And today, I especially want to focus on the fact that we got the news of the Geno Smith 3-year, $105 million deal that we signed for him here. And so that's a huge news, huge for our team. We know the focus going forward, honestly. And what this says to me is Geno Smith's the guy. I mean, that's a simple, I mean, obviously that's, obvious statement, but it's a 3-year deal. We don't have all the guarantees and specific cap hits for each season yet, but we'll be getting those within the next couple of days, I'm sure. But for now, he's the plan. He's moving forward. So the rumors about us drafting a quarterback in the top five are pretty unlikely now. I think if that were to happen, like we wanted to draft a guy to develop for a year or two behind Geno type of thing, I think that would happen probably next year, maybe even the year after, since it's a 3-year deal, depending on how Geno plays and all that. But I don't think that's a this year thing. Could happen, but I'm not going to be doing any mock drafts where we're taking quarterback at 5, especially with this news now. But this gives us a focus. We're building an offense and a defense around Geno Smith. Now it's a 35 million per year deal. That's a lot of money, but I want you to consider the fact that there's going to be multiple quarterbacks over the $50 million mark now. So that gives us 15 million in money for a drop off of play that I don't think is $15 million worth. I think the fact that we can spend 15 million more dollars on our team on average, of course, we don't know the cap hits, and that's what the factor is going to be for real, but just ballparking, we have that much less money that we have to allocate to a quarterback means we can build a better roster around him hypothetically. So we're going all in on this draft, and we are going to build the best team around Geno we can for him to be successful. So we want rookies that are at important positions that we can save money on for the next few years and really build a strong roster around Geno Smith. So let's get started, man. All right, round one, pick 5. Okay, Jalen Carter falls to us at 5 in this hypothetical draft, man. Way Anderson went 1 to Chicago. That's interesting, but we probably have them trade back in real life. Be quarterback there, quarterback at 2 again, probably. Or Cardinals can even trade out of it. But anyway, Jalen Carter's here. I'm not going to ramble too much about that other stuff. Jalen Carter's here. We pick him. We hammer home at 5. Of course, legal issues pending. That's a big deal. But we have drafted players in the past with, with character concerns and stuff. And Jalen Carter, again, I don't want to underplay this situation. We don't know all the details, but if he's available and there's no criminal issues that limit us from taking him, I think we take him because he is simply the most talented prospect in this draft on defense for sure. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Again, this could all be just completely washed off the board if we find out more negative information about that legal situation he has. But for now, I'm going to take him home, and I think that'd be a huge pickup for us. We have a neat interior D line. He'd be a game record, all pro talent from day one. So that's what we're going to do in this mock draft. Again, not sure what will actually happen with the real life situation, but if he fell to us, I think we take him if there are no outstanding issues legally for him and he is cleared of perhaps these charges or issues. Now, round one, pick 20. I've done a lot of things here before, but I'm going to go back to Zay Flowers like I did in, I believe, the first mock draft. And I'm picking Zay Flowers because I think he's going to be wide receiver 3 on a rookie deal. And that's huge now because we gave all that money to Geno and we have DK and Tyler on bigger contracts. I think getting a wide receiver 3 that's really good, like Zay Flowers, with 5 years of contract control on a rookie deal with the 5th year option, of course, that is. And I think that's huge, man. That's crazy big deal for us, man. That gives us so much more flexibility and an elite weapon on offense that we can really move around and do different things with all 3 of those guys. And especially if, DK or Tyler go down for a couple games, we have another guy that's really just a good player that we don't have to worry about having too many inexperienced players. And then Dorian Young has an opportunity to be a wide receiver 4 type guy. Maybe we bring back Marquise Gooden. And then our entire wide receiver room just looks so much better now. And of course, that gives Geno an opportunity to just throw to better players, man. And that's really what we're trying to do is we're trying to give Geno the best opportunity to succeed. So that's what we're going to do, man. And now moving on to our pick 37 here. I'm going to do this like I did in my mock draft 3.0. I'm getting Steve Avila from TCU. And a big part of this is his versatility, man. He is a great player, really good player, but he's played both guard and center in college. And so he has the opportunity or the ability rather, sorry, to play all three of those interior offensive line positions, both due to performance. Like I think he'd start right off the bat at right guard over Phil Haynes probably if we invested this pick in him, or if we don't end up getting a center in free agency or later in this draft, wink wink, then he would start at center for us because he has that in his background as well, and he could be an impact player there. So we just got to see how the board falls to us and all that stuff. But if we couldn't get another center either in this draft or free agency, he could play there. If not, he's going to start at guard, and we'll have again another 4-year starter on a rookie deal there for us to go along with our offensive tackles from our last rookie class. So we'd have a super young offensive line between those guys, Damian Lewis and Phil Haynes, as of now, just from this first pick. Now, I'm gonna do something here that is pretty big deal for me. Now, Steve Avila is going to be a guard for us because I'm taking John Michael Schmitz in the second round with our second round pick here because, dude, here's what I'm saying. We go left to right with Charles Cross, Damian Lewis, John Michael Schmitz, Steve Avila, and Abe Lucas. Those 5 guys, and we have, what's that, 4 of them on a rookie deal. That is huge for our line. That greatly improves it and helps us run an offense with a quarterback and 2 wide receivers on bigger contracts. And that's huge for us, man. That saves a lot of money for that offensive side of the ball. So we can really allocate money in both free agency and other resources to our defensive side outside of the draft and in the draft, of course, as we keep going. But just keep that in mind. If we really shore up the offensive line in this draft class, if possible, then we have way more money to spend in free agency on defense. And so I think that's this take of how I'm doing this draft mock here. Now pick 83. There are a few options. Let's see what's fallen to us. I'm not even going to blink. Keanu Benton, nose tackle from Wisconsin, man. Shore up the interior of that D-line again. We have him and Jalen Carter playing next to each other on a young D-line that is getting rebuilt and retooled for the future, man. Hopefully we can even put some more resources into that when we include our free agency resources and money. So that's huge for me, man. Now we're going down here. I think we need a linebacker desperately. And I mean desperately. Our linebacker group is torn to shreds, man. Jordan Brooks is injured, not playing for a good part of next year for at a minimum. And that's, I believe, the last year of his rookie deal. And so if we don't, extend him from there, that would be a big hit for our defense. But at a minimum, I want to get one linebacker out of this draft class. And so here we have Dorian Williams, and I really like this dude. I think he's a guy that if we draft him, he'd start for us immediately, given our linebacker talent right now. He ran a 4.49 at the combine, explosive athlete, very fast guy. He's got a little length to him. He's like 6'1", 6'2", and about 230, maybe 235. Not super big, but a guy who can cover well, covers a lot of ground. I mean, he's fast and athletic. I think he slides in and immediately starts for us from the go, and also perhaps could contribute on special teams if need be. But again, athletic dude gets on the field for us, and I think that our coaches could really coach him up and make him a good impact player from us from the jump. Hopefully Jordan Brooks can come back and they can be a nice little tandem. And also maybe we can address the issue in free agency, and then we have Jordan Brooks come back and it's Jordan Brooks and a free agent linebacker, and Dorian Williams could be kind of a rotational linebacker coming in and out of the field and just developing as we go that way. And he could be on our team for the next 4 years and establish a role within the next couple. But anyway, we're gonna take Dorian Williams here and move on to round 5. Now we'll have to see what falls to us here exactly. All right, man. We're going to go with Kobe Turner here. Not going to blink. That's 3 interior D linemen. Now, y'all might be thinking, you're putting 3 draft picks into the same position group? Yes. Yes. We got ran to shreds last year. And so, yes, I put a lot of the high-end resources on our team into offensive side of the ball with 3 straight picks at wide receiver and 2 offensive linemen. But I think this interior D-line group will be so greatly upgraded when we add Kobe Turner in here from Wake Forest. So here's how I'm going to break it down for you guys. At nose, we'll have Keanu Benton, and then we have 2 like big end positions, but interior D linemen that are on the field. And that could be a sorry, I'm totally blanking on my head right now, but Jalen Carter, Keanu Benton, and then Kobe Turner here could be an impact player for us on this other side here. Now, I think he's going to be more of a rotational guy compared to, I think Keanu Benton will get a lot more reps than him. And I think Jalen Carter, especially as well, will be on the field as much as humanly possible in this situation. But Kobe Turner, round 5. We're looking for rotational guys who can play on the field and just make some nice little impacts for us and just overall liven our defensive line group. And I think we had such a big weakness there. We need more youth. We need more strength there, more resources allocated to that group to really help improve our defense, man. And so that's what I'm going to do here. And we're on to pick 156. Let's see what else we got here. Ivan Pace is an interesting guy, actually, especially with how weak our linebacker group is because of the fact Cody Barnes is a free agent and Jordan Brooks is injured. We got guys like Tanner Muse that we could, I think, tender. He might be under contract, but other than that, Ben Burke-Kirvin's on our roster as well. But we don't have many guys there that are healthy or starting caliber. Ivan Pace is a guy I think could get on the field and do the job. What? I mean, he's a guy I don't really super want starting at linebacker because, again, he's a round 5 pick for a reason, but it's a guy I'd be considering here. Keaton Mitchell, dude, he played really good as well, man. Let's see. We're looking through what depth is available at this spot in the draft, man. That's what you got to continuously do in these kind of mocks, man. So we're looking around, and I'm honestly gonna say Chandler Zavala's calling my name a bit. Again, he'd just be lineman depth. We're in round 5. We're looking for depth pieces or guys who can rotate in if injuries occur or something like that. But I think here we already got wide receiver, and we don't need a running back of Dwayne McBride or Keaton Mitchell's kind of play style. We need a guy that's a little bigger, can kind of run through the tackles a bit, kind of be the boom to Kenneth Murray's burst, I guess, whatever. That made no sense. But so I don't really want one of those guys. Eric Gray, I don't want a 5th round guy to be that role yet. I don't know enough about Eric Gray. I haven't seen enough of him. I know he is that kind of runner where he'd be a little bigger, more kind of just turn the legs and get forward a little bit. He would complement that role. But what I'm actually going to do here is I am going to get Chandler Zavala as a backup lineman because, again, dude, injuries can decimate an offensive line. And especially the fact that I don't know if Damian Lewis will be back after next year. I am loading our line with guys who can play. And we're getting 3 full new interior linemen here in this draft because that sets up our future with 5 linemen on rookie deals that can play after this year. Because I think he'd sit for a year behind a Damian Lewis on the left side. And then after that is when we really start seeing our 5 guys all on the field together. And I think that just sets a great core for the remainder of, the next 5 years. And then we can extend guys that we like as it comes and continue to allocate resources there. But again, that is a core offensive line group that we can run behind, pass behind, protect Geno, protect the run game, move our offense forward, and have all of our probably free agent resources here is when I'm allocating the defense. We got our defensive line rolling. I love how this draft is falling out for us, man. Now, here, late in the draft, what are we doing? What do we like? We're in round 6 of the draft. This is our last pick. What do we like? Looking at the board. This is where I'll give Eric Gray a chance because I didn't want to use him with my round 5 pick with Chandler Zavala on the board. But as a round 6 pick, flower and a halfback who can honestly just add depth for us because, we got Kenneth Walker and we got DJ Dallas. And then truthfully, I think that's all we have signed under contract right now, if I'm not mistaken. And so we need another guy in there for sure. Even if we brought back, other guys, I think we need a guy who's a little bigger and can add that boom and just more depth because we had so many injuries last year, so many, and I don't want that to happen again. And I need to protect our team, give us some depth there. He can compete for a couple carries in specific situations, but we'll see how it turns out with him. But for now, PFF has been weird in not loading the whole draft afterwards and been having a hard time just pulling up the results. But what I will say is I'm going to summarize it personally for you guys. Now, pick 5, we had Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Everyone knows who he is. Absolute stud. Easily the highest graded defensive prospect in this draft. But what I will say is, again, legal issues pending. Don't know what's going to happen there. Pick 20, Zay Flowers, man. I think that's a phenomenal pick for where this team is going. Wide receiver 3, shirt up, got 5 years of contract control. Huge, huge pickup, man. 37, Steve Avila, man. Good player, guard and center versatility, especially if we got injuries on the interior line. He can play all 3 positions. Same with our pick at 51, center, John Michael Schmitz, who has said that he has the ability to play all 3 interior line positions as well, but he'll be in our center. Steve Avila will be our right guard. Phil Haynes will have to be a backup. We signed him on a 1-year deal, but he'll be good depth for us. And then at pick 83, we went a different direction and we got a Dorian Williams on our team here, man. So, wait, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Not at 83. Not at 83. Sorry, that was Keanu Benton. Keanu Benton out of Wisconsin, nose tackle, huge for our interior line group. Pick 122. That's where we got Dorian Williams. Dorian Williams, great player, linebacker. It's going to make an instant impact for us. Pick 153. Got Kobe Turner. Another guy who is just another rotational D line piece for us. Shore up the trenches. Got 3 D linemen in our front 7, a 4th player in our front 7 in Dwayne Williams. Huge defensive assets added in this draft class. 156. We went another different direction here as well. And we got another guard there. And then at 197, we got running back Eric Gray to get some carries there. And sorry, man, 156. I'm blanking so hard on the card there, man. I know Chandler Zavala. Sorry, man. Chandler Zavala. Great player. I think he'll start for us year 2 if we don't resign Damian Lewis. But man, so out of this class, I'm just gonna quickly summarize. We got 3 interior D linemen who are all gonna get playing time, but especially our first 2 in Jalen Carter and Keanu Benton. Those 2 are going to be instant starters for us. Kobe Turner is going to be a rotational guy, perhaps could start, but I think that's more due to a lack of talent on our team than him being a good starter. I think he's a good role player for our team as a round 5 pick. But 3 interior D linemen. We got 3 interior O linemen. Again, 2 starters. 2 starters on the D lines, 2 starters on the O line. We got wide receiver 3, starter. And then we got a linebacker who is, I will say, a starter initially while Jordan Brooks is out at least, and then probably a rotational guy when he's back. Perhaps a starter then too, never know, but that's how we'll list it for now. And from there, we got a depth running back, man. So I think that's a great draft haul, man. I'm going to wrap it up by saying we got 2, 4, 6 starters in this draft class, according to my count, to help rebuild and reload our team around Geno Smith. And then we got another depth piece. And I think we did a great job using our assets here, man. Got another depth piece at RB and depth piece at our D line, man. So I'm just going to say it right now. Future is set in this draft. This might be my favorite mock draft so far. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments any guys you want to see in future mock drafts, or you want to just hear me talk about and mention who I'm thinking about, man. But this is draft. I fully bought in on building around Geno and building the best offense and defensive core groups I can possibly do to help him be successful and help our team as a whole be successful moving forward these next couple of years, man. And so let me know what you think in the comments, man. Like and subscribe. Peace.